Dad, could you just tell me how you got your first offer for being a musician outside of Manchester?
Yes, I was at the Plaza working there as a debt, really, I suppose, originally. And while I was there, I applied through the Melody Maker, which was a magazine at that time for musicians, which said there was an advert in there for they wanted a saxophone player to go down to Bognor Regis for the last month of the season because one of their players had left. And when I sent a picture, or whoever applied, would send a picture of themselves and experience, which is what I did. And then while I was still at the Plaza, I got a reply back, would I go down for an audition on a month's trial, so which I did. And I thought, well, it's only a month, but it'll be by the seaside. I'll have a bit of a holiday after coming out of the army. This was about June, July, something like that, in 1952. And when I was down there, he asked me to stay on. The band leader was a chap called Ronnie Hancox, and they were based in the Midlands at Sutton Coldfield. And so I played the season down at Bognor Regis to the end, and then went up in the coach back to Birmingham. Instead of going back to Manchester, I went back to Birmingham, where I got digs and carried on from there with him.
So you got digs in Birmingham. How did you manage? How was that arranged then? Because this was
finally, he got a lot of contacts up there, and he gave me an address to contact. Well, they did it because they got their own. It was a well organised band. They got their own office, and a lady called Tim, she got it all sorted out for me when I got up there. He gave me the address, and I went to this lady's house, already fixed up. Ronnie Hancox is like a businessman. You see, he got 3 cafes in Sutton Coldfield, one in Warsaw, the one in Sutton Coldfield, which was called the Snackery. The one in Warsaw was called the Wooden Wheel. Not only was I going there was a lot of freelance musicians in the band. With the lads from Scotland, all over the place. They're having to have digs as well, because they were all carrying on for the winter season with Ronnie Hancox, because he got a very good connection. See, originally he was Ronnie Hancox was a dance teacher, and he used to give dancing lessons with Tim at one point in different places in Sutton Coldfield, and he wasn't very happy with when he was booked out to say go to Wolverhampton. There was some of the bands where they were played for his dancing classes. Mm-hmm. So he thought, well, I'll get my own band together. That's how he started. So he got his own band together to work as he wanted it to be worked.
So what was the band like? Was it a standard dance band, this one?
Yes. There was 2 trumpets, 1 trombone, 4 saxophones, piano, bass, and drums. Mm-hmm. There was Ronnie Hancock who used to front it, and a singer, Pat Francis. Mm-hmm. Pat Francis was a singer. It's a very nice girl.
Wasn't there another singer as well that became a little bit famous at some point?
Oh, that was Susan Moore, yeah, but that was later on. That was towards the end of my, about 3 years. She didn't get there till about 1952, would be 57 or something like that, before she joined the band. Pat was with him for some time.
Okay. Because Susan Morton had that hit Bobby's Girl, didn't she? Is that right?
Yeah, she went with Ray Ellington, the Ray Ellington quartet, quintet, I don't know,
Okay.
trio maybe.
So what saxophone were you playing when you got in the band? Which position?
But I was on second alto then at that point.
Okay.
A bloke called, I don't think his name now. That'll come. Jimmy Elliott. Jimmy Elliott was a Scots lad, very good player.
So what happened then? So you came back after that Bognor Regis session, back into the Midlands in digs, and what was that in the winter time then? How did you spend the winters, or how did that feed through into the next summer seasons in 53 and 54?
Well, he was very well in with the farmers, Ronnie Hancox, and we used to do all the farmer unit jobs. We used to go all over the Midlands, far afield as well at times. But very late jobs they were, 8 till 12 and 9 till 1 and all those kind of times.
Mm.
8 till 2 sometimes. We used to leave sometimes about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we got back till probably 5 o'clock the following morning. By the time we travelled there in the coach and done the job, it was a 6-hour job, and then come back, it was late. Then we used to go to bed and get up and meet outside the snackery again in the court for the next night, and he was working nearly every night. We had regular jobs. Monday night was at the Wolverhampton Civic Hall. That was through the winter, and Walsall Town Hall every Saturday night. We used to play that, and those were regular places. We used to play all the way through the winter.
Right. And were you salaried? Was it a weekly or a monthly salary, or how did the pay work?
It was paid weekly, but it was you were paid by the hour on the whatever the union rate was for that time. So I can't remember what the rate was, but say it was £1 an hour if you like. We did 6 hours. We had 6 hours, £6.
Mm-hmm.
But we had all the transport provided. We didn't have to buy any equipment or nothing. It was all provided. All the uniforms. He had lovely army battle dress uniform with blue trousers, white shirt. Very nicely. Everyone had to be the same.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and food, was that provided while you were sort of on the road?
Oh yeah, always used to make sure that the band was accommodated with food. That was part of the job. When you went down in the interval, the people who were running the dances used to always provide a good meal for us.